Hi, and welcome back to my impression of the Lunar Collection. I have been wanting to play these two games for many, many years. I know that these games are from, at least the first one is from Sega Saturn, but I specifically mostly sort of know about the PlayStation 1 version that was only available in America and Japan. It never came out here in Europe. I have heard that these are fantastic RPGs, so I was so thrilled when they finally announced the Lunar Remastered collection. I am now 20 hours into the game, and I have to say, it's wow. It reminds me a little bit of Grandia in terms of it's a really sort of low back, really feel good RPG. It isn't as dark as, for example, Final Fantasy VII, even though there is, of course, the good versus evil storyline, but it's been told in a really simple, laid back, but extremely good way. I am really sort of into the storyline, and I love the characters, especially how they look when you see them in like the one of the numerous anime cutscenes. It really reminds me of 90s anime, and that is fantastic. I love the music. It's not Final Fantasy. I have to admit, it's not Final Fantasy. Maybe you hear a little bit in the background, but some of these tracks are fantastic. And I want to say again, I've only played Lunar 1. I haven't played Lunar 2 yet. I don't know if, for example, like with Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, where the first one is good, but the second one is an absolute masterpiece, I am not sure if Lunar 2 is also a masterpiece, but Lunar 1, I'm having a lot of fun. And again, it really reminds me of Grandia, where you basically go out with a bunch of kids. I mean, the bunch of kids go out into the world and they slowly become more adult-like, right? A sort of a story of, how do you say that? A story of you growing up and, trying to, of course, eventually save the entire world. It's a really simple story, been told many, many times, but it's being told in a way that you really want to know more. What I also love is the small character interactions. You have Kyle and Jessica, who are sort of lovers / ex-lovers, and they both have a temper, and sometimes they sort of have these relationship issues, and they fight it out in the screen, of course, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm having a blast playing with True Lunar 1. The battle system I really like, and especially because it's kind of slow. It's a slow battle system like a lot of these PlayStation-style 5th generation console games. It's really slow paced, but of course they have a sort of battle boost where the battles goes like 3 times faster, and I recommend doing that. It's just a lot more fun. It may not be the original experience, but it's just way better to, get these battles done faster. There is also a automatic battle mode where basically the AI takes over, and they'll even cast spells, heal your party. So you could theoretically play the entire game by making the AI play the entire game. It's weird why they've done that. I think these automatic battle modes are fine if they just let the characters do sort of only the basic attack, right? Just a basic attack, then you can basically, if you know that you're stronger, but you want to level up, you want to grind, you can just do the normal attacks. But when you do automatic battles, the AI really does special attacks, heal items, etc. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me personally. I try to not use that too often, especially not with bosses. I have tried with one boss, I'll admit, one boss. And yes, you can the AI wins, basically. The AI does perfectly what you have to do to beat that boss. I won't say it's a difficult game. It can be a little bit challenging at some parts, but I have died like 2 times. You can actually see that in one of my streams. And the music is great. What I love about this battle system is it is turn-based, but both your enemies and your characters, they actually walk towards the enemy they are going to attack. They stay there and then do their attack. So, for example, with a lot of RPGs where you have just a row of characters standing and they do an attack and then they move back to that row, like most Final Fantasy games, here it feels more natural. It feels more that you actually have to go to the enemy and then attack, and the enemy has to go to you and then attack. So having a weaker party member in the back means that they have less risk of being attacked. What I also like is you can go up to 6 characters in your party. Now, again, I am 12 hours into the game and I haven't gotten a 6-party character. I have 5 characters at the moment. And sometimes some characters go away and some characters go back. I am not entirely sure if eventually you'll have enough party members to sort of switch out party members. It feels like this entire game is always have the right amount of characters, right? So you don't really have, for example, again, with Final Fantasy, where you have Claude, Tifa, and Barret, and all the other characters are, not doing anything. You always have enough characters to use them, and I do like that. So to me, it's a really sort of a feel-good RPG. You feel good playing the game. You have a smile on your face playing the game, but you also want to know more. You want to play more. What I also like is that its open world map, its world map is pretty detailed, to be really honest. Especially, a few weeks back, I have played Suikoden 1, and compared to Lunar, the world map of Suikoden really looks basics in the way of how it looks. You have quite a lot of details in the Lunar's world map, and I like it a lot. I haven't encountered any single mini game, any single quest that you could do. Okay, I'm not entirely sure if that's in the game. Not every RPG has quests and mini games. But again, I am 20 hours into the game. I don't know how far I am, but I love the game. I really love it. And I am very curious at how they improved Lunar 2, if they even improved the game at all, or just made, Lunar 2 just same stuff, same game. Graphically, it's a Super Nintendo game. It's a 5th generation. I know Super Nintendo is 4th generation, but I mean that this game has these sprite-based characters, sprite-based world. It's basically what the Super Nintendo would have looked like if it was, the Super Nintendo 2, or you know what I mean. Just PlayStation 1 graphics with sprites. I like it. Well, Sega Saturn graphics, you could say, because it's originally from Sega Saturn. So, but I like that. I love that a lot. And the anime cutscenes are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The voice acting to me is great. So I'm having a blast playing Lunar 1. And it was definitely worth it to pick it up at launch. And, I just really hope, and I've said this in my streams, I really hope that we are going to see a lot more of these older RPGs or just older games in general that will have physical collections, and especially games that were available exclusively in Japan going to be translated and then repacked in hey, here you have a collection of 2 or 3 games that never came out in the West, and now you can finally play those. I would love that. And to be really honest, it's kind of what we're seeing, right? We have Grandia Collection, Suikoden Collection, Lunar Collection. So the list goes on and on and on. So yeah, leave it in the comments below. Are you playing Lunar, the Remastered Collection? Do you play Lunar 1? Do you play Lunar 2? Which one is your favorite? And you will see me next time, like always. Boop.